Good morning, everybody. I wanted to share a couple stories today about how my life has been touched by other people's generosity and hoping that that will kind of get a pay it forward sort of thing going. Maybe get you guys all to kind of think back about when you've been blessed by somebody else, being generous and thoughtful, and hopefully it will encourage you to participate by blessing somebody else in your community that is less fortunate than you. Growing up, my stepdad was a logger in Alaska, and he, like so many others, was displaced and had to look at what he was going to do to provide for his family at that point after logging for, I don't even know how many years he'd been logging. There were 9 of us kids altogether. My oldest brother, for the most part, lived with my dad, so there was 8 kids in the house for a while, and my oldest brother in the house, Victor, moved out shortly. So for the most part, really, there was 7 kids, but 9 altogether. 7 in the house, 9 altogether. So, as you can imagine, money was tight with that many kids, regardless of what job the parent was working. My mom was at home. There was a lot of under 12 kids for a long period there. I don't know how she did it. But my stepdad, after being displaced, started going back to school. So Christmas, birthdays and things, even just groceries, it was tough. They made it work. They did a good job. The Lord always provided. We didn't really recognize that we were wanting for anything that I can recall. Food on the table, clothes on our backs, that sort of thing. But Christmases were always, we didn't know at the time, smaller than I guess other people's would be. Kids are just bombarded with the commercials of all the toys and everything that they could possibly want and just materialistic stuff. And we were super excited because we would get our own name brand box of cereal. We'd write our name on it with markers, stay out of my cereal, like real Cocoa Pebbles. It was very exciting. And so for us, Christmas was fine. Well, one year somebody put our names on a list for getting help. I don't know if it was through school or through church or what, but we got on a list for needing help for Christmas. And my parents were gone one day, and I was babysitting. I think Charles was there. We were babysitting together. And I was in the shower, and I start hearing all of this screaming and ruckus going on upstairs. I'm in the basement in the bathroom shower, thinking, what the heck's going on out there? And so I jump out of the shower, I get dressed, I come out, and Mary Rose and Glenn were in elementary school at the time downstairs, and they're just screaming. Like, why are you screaming? I'm thinking somebody broke a leg or something, and Glenn's yelling, Santa's here, Santa's here. I'm thinking, what are you even talking about? Like, it's not even Christmas. What are you talking about? And I'll never forget Mary Rose. She had this really long brown hair, and when she would move, her hair would swish behind her, and she's yelling, Santa's here, and her hair's going crazy, and Glenn's screaming. He's like, there's more trucks outside, and they go running back up the stairs. I'm like, what the heck's going on? And I go upstairs, and our living room is full of wrapped presents. I don't even have a clue as to how many presents were up there. I mean, you can imagine for a family of that size how many things these people brought. And I don't know if it was one family that donated to our family at that time, or if it was a multi-person cause. I don't know. But that living room was full, and the kids were just freaking out. And there was, in fact, another car out front unloading, and we were in awe, of the thoughtfulness, and not just the thoughtfulness, but the level of thoughtfulness. I mean, that's a lot of stuff to just give somebody that you don't even know. And that experience really impacted my life, and I'm sure that it impacted my brothers and my sisters too. I mean, and as a parent today, I can only imagine struggling that much trying to provide for my kids, and I can't imagine that level of thoughtfulness being directed toward my children. I can't even imagine it. But it was amazing, and we were so touched, and I've always dreamed of being in the position to be able to go and do that. Right now our church is working with the elementary school, and it's a giving tree, and kids that are in need have little stars on the tree, and you can go and get one and donate presents for the giving tree. So we do that. But I mean, that was a whole nother level, a whole family for Christmas. It was amazing. We were so blessed by that. And the other story, I'm pretty sure that I mentioned before, but when Clara started her chemo, she got a fever over Christmas, and she was in the hospital, and I was there with her the week of Christmas when she was going through the chemo. And when you're 3, was she 3? Goodness, she was just under 3. It's crazy. Anyway, she between 2 and 3, they know what Christmas is. They know what Santa is, and she knew that she was going to be missing it. She knew this. I mean, we had a tree up at the house. She knew. So sorry, I'm popping my knuckles. Rude of me. But anyway, it would have really been a bummer, but the people just really stepped up at that hospital. And the day of Christmas, the police came in, and they had teddy bears for all the kids. And another gal came, I don't even know who she was, but she came with like these huge wagons filled with toys, and would come pick a toy, little girl, kind of a thing. And they thought Clara was cute, so they gave her 2 toys. And so, and then they kept saying that Santa Claus was coming, and this really, really old man came in with his little, Mrs. Claus. They were dressed completely like Santa and had this huge sack that this little old man, I don't know if he should have been carrying it. It was a huge sack. He was a very frail Santa. And I figured they were going to open it up and give, Clara a couple toys, but this whole bag was for her. Like, the whole bag. It was ridiculous. Like, the whole little sofa and windowsill in that hospital, in the little area by her bed, was completely covered with toys. It took her like 6 months to open up all of those toys. I mean, it was ridiculous, the amount of stuff, but it completely changed her day, and I'm sure all the other kids in the cancer ward. It was amazing, and I can't wait to be able to do something like that, to help. But I just wanted to share those stories with you guys today, and really encourage you to reflect on how blessed you are, and what you have in your life, and consider how you might be able to bless somebody else. You can talk to your local schools. You can talk to your local churches to see if they're doing something for Christmas. I know a lot of grocery stores have like the, donate a Thanksgiving meal sacks. You can donate a meal. You can go to your local food bank or soup kitchen and see if you can donate food, or volunteer your time to help serve there. A lot of churches also, for those that don't practice Christmas, celebrate Christmas. There you go. Those of you that don't celebrate Christmas, you can talk to your local churches, and a lot of times they'll take their tithes and their offerings, and a portion of that will be set aside for the community, for people in need. And so you could maybe find out about donating money there. I mean, that would go to helping people that, contact the church and say, they're having a hard time making ends meet, and they need help paying their electricity bill or their water bill or something. There's lots of different ways, and like I said, that you can donate, but also a lot of times the fire departments will be doing things, getting things together for donations, and also your police station or sheriff station. So there's lots of areas that you can look at where you can think about blessing somebody else. During the Christmas season, there's a lot of kids out there that need stuff that aren't going to be getting it. So I just want to encourage you to really think about doing that and participating in that. It was amazing to be on the receiving end of the blessings that I just talked to you about. I mean, it was amazing. But I can tell you it feels a lot better when you're the one giving, So I would encourage you to get out there and give. The Bible says that, Jesus says, as much as you've done it to the least of my brethren, you've done it unto me. So, I mean, the Lord sees when you put that kindness out there, and that thoughtfulness out there, and that generosity out there. You'll be blessed by blessing somebody else. That's guaranteed. So, yeah, anyway, I think Maya's show's over out there, so she's going to start screaming. So I'm going to go. God bless you guys. I love you, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.